everyone. So it is day 2 of my breaking my solid food vacation. So I've been reintroducing food slowly since I broke my 49-day juice fast yesterday, and I felt amazing. I still feel amazing. And what I did yesterday was the prune test, and that went really well. I think I eliminated within 70 minutes. I timed it. So the next meal I had was later in the evening, which was a big handful of black grapes. And this morning I continued juicing as well as yesterday. I juiced all day, but I went to an early morning photo shoot and I did juice all morning, and then I had some grapes with me to snack on the ride home. So that went well, and I decided to make a smoothie. I felt like, you know, it's a liquid meal still, kind of, but a little bit more dense. So I decided to make a mango and strawberry smoothie with a little maple syrup as my next meal. And of course I will continue to juice and eat when I'm hungry, kind of like grazing. It just feels good because right now my stomach's a little shrunk, so I can't really eat like a big meal. And then later on I'll move to raw salads and upgrade to more denser and denser foods as I go. So cheers, you guys, and thank you so much for all your kind words and motivation throughout my juice fast. It was really nice to connect with all of you and share my journey, because I know through sharing that we can learn from each other or just get inspired, and I know that's very powerful. So I was so eager to share the information, and I will continue to document what I'm eating to get off the fast, because I think that's important as well. Some say it's harder than the fast itself, so I think it's important, and I will keep vlogging and show you guys the next meal I eat. So I just cleaned up some grapes. Super hard to prepare, right? And I just felt like I wanted some table grapes just to graze while I edit and work. And you know, I feel like just grazing right now feels good, and I don't really think I can handle a big meal anyway, but I am keeping them mono meals, which means you're eating one type of food at a time. So you know, and then we'll just kind of get it more combinations, get more complex combinations as we go. But right now, just mono mealing, and I chose grapes because they're very cleansing still. They help with mucus. They are a mucusless food, and I have some stuff there. But yeah, grapes are a wonderful choice, and I believe they're a bit laxative as well. So that's something important when you break a fast. You want to stick to juicy fruits and laxative fruits. I've got some alfalfa sprouts growing here. I usually top off some salads or place these inside of wraps. I usually like to have a steady flow or stream of alfalfa sprouts going, so I always have them on hand. They only take a few days to complete the growing process. I think it's like less than a week, and these are on day 3. So I just keep them rinse them daily, twice a day, but I just keep them in a dark area until they grow their little green shoots, and then I put them in the sun to kind of green up. So it's just another great way to enhance your raw vegan diet or increase the raw foods you're eating, just to have these little guys around. They are little individual plants. They have so much life force. They are incredible. They have the full potential of a plant. And they're just a great way to increase your variety in your diet, because I believe in food diversity to get the maximum out of life. All right, so here we are. So I'm just taking some cucumbers, and I've already played with this a little bit yesterday, but basically what I'm doing is making little ribbons. And there you go. I'm not getting the part where the seeds are. You could take that and juice it or make cucumber water. You don't have to waste this part. And then I don't want to waste. So I use the old cucumber. Just gotta watch your fingers. You could also put it down and do it this way if that's easier. So these are your noodles, and you could easily flavor them up. I have here some homegrown pesto, and this is just pesto, which is basil, pureed basil with a little bit of salt and olive oil. So that's just like 2 tablespoons or 2 large teaspoons. I don't know. I just eyeball it. So you want to mix it up really good, but you know, I'm going to stir it some more later. Just going to add some green onions. I mean, you could basically have that as a little side dish or as a meal or snack. Very hydrating, very light, and very satisfying because it does have the fat, and the flavor is like an explosion. You could add some liquid aminos, coconut aminos, whatever you got on hand, or even a little nutritional yeast. If you want to cheese it up a little bit, that's always nice. I have some homegrown chili powder here. This is jalapeno. That's good too. This is some jalapeno in there for fire to warm you up, especially if you're trying to be raw and it's cold outside. It feels really nice to have some warmth in your food and your spiciness. You could also leave your whatever, like this cucumber, you could leave it out of the fridge before you prepare it so it's not cold itself. Keep it room temperature. That's another way to do it. I am going to add just a touch of tamari. Like I said, you can use liquid aminos. And I think that's ready. You just want to serve it or plate it. When you plate noodles or anything, it's really nice to use some tongs. You can give it like a nice twist action. Probably gonna eat this whole thing, so I'm gonna just use my hands for the rest. The best spatula is your hand. So I got some tulsi from the garden. This is holy basil. I figured this is basil too, so it would just make a nice garnish. You could put it wherever you like. Put it on the side, or in this case, I'll put it here. So yesterday I made this amazing recipe in the dehydrator. I'm just gonna scoop it here like a little leftover. This has to have a video on its own, guys. I can't even like begin to tell you. This is like dehydrated chopped veggies, corn, cilantro, what else? Spinach, a bunch of things, right? And then I made this cashew cheese, this cashew nacho cheese. And so it's 100% raw, but it looks like cooked food, right? Actually tastes so good. So this is my lunch for today. And it looks super gourmet and everything, but like really guys, it's so easy. So I'm excited to dig in and enjoy this feast. Cheers. So I just got back from the beach and I wanted some cooling cucumber, like zoodles. I have this like noodling device. It's awesome. And it does all kinds of different settings. And I actually ordered some new ones to play around. So I made this sauce with like cashews and spinach, a bunch of like parsley and dill, and like a little bit of nutritional yeast, garlic, and like a few spices. And I put some almond slivers and more chopped dill on top. And then I have here my homemade red cabbage sauerkraut. So I'm increasing the density of my foods. This is still pretty water rich, but you know, with the cashew cream and the sauerkraut being a little more fibrous, I think I'm ready. So today is October 8th, and prior to this meal, I have had 3 juices and those leftovers. Yeah. So that's about it. So bon appetit, guys. So I've been waiting for this for a while. I've had this jackfruit frozen, and I just put it through the juicer on the mincer setting, and it makes this ice cream. So it's just the best consistency. I know it looks weird, but this is that frozen, creamy type of jackfruit. It's so rich. It's so amazing. I'm so happy right now. All right, guys, so I want to show you guys some simple idea here. And these are my dehydrator trays. And I have chopped up some zucchini, corn, tomato, onions, and some eggplant, some like really thin, fine, like these cool, like this kind of eggplant. So I've chopped all those up and I put them on these Teflex sheets. Of course, I put like some nutritional yeast, like mushroom powder, a tiny bit of salt, and I just like stirred it all together, and I'm placing them on my dehydrator trays, and I'm gonna just warm these up in the dehydrator for about 2 hours, like stirring halfway between. It's gonna soften up all these veggies and warm them up, and then I'm gonna put a sauce over it, like a raw sauce. So if you miss cooked food and you want like something really hearty and really like warm, even, you can even have it warm not past 115 degrees because it destroys the enzymes after that point. And I had this the other day with a wonderful like nacho cheesy flavored cashew cream sauce. It was divine. And you could really like dress these up and do like all kinds of possibilities, all kinds of different vegetables, all kinds of different sauces. You could even throw some mushrooms in here, whatever you fancy. I just thought it was a fun idea to share. I know this wasn't like a full recipe, but it's just an idea, and I'll show you guys the end result as well. Alright, so here you go. It has been 2.5 hours, and this is approximately what I was looking for. So it's almost like they're sticky, or like they're cooked, like they're just full of flavor. It intensifies the flavor actually when you dehydrate foods. So you can see here, it's soft, but it's not wet. You see? It's like cooked kind of consistency. Okay, so kind of a close-up on the tomato. It's soft, ooey gooey. So I plan on making some sauce to dress these up and dig in. So I'll just share recipes like this sometimes because honestly, I wish I had more time to create recipes for you full-time and make videos, but life is crazy, and sometimes I just whip these things up out of thin air and I don't even write down the recipe or ever make it again. So I took a few pictures and that's how I remember. But yeah, this is just a stuffed bell pepper, and I have like this sauce from yesterday's cucumber noodle creation. And then I put some diced tomatoes. I massaged some spinach to wilt it and make it feel like a cooked spinach kind of feel. And I'm having my first avocados since my beginning of my fast, so I'm very excited for this meal. Onion in there, and I actually have homemade red cabbage, like sauerkraut. It's homemade sauerkraut made from red cabbage. Yeah, so I'm gonna dig into this, and I just wanted to share with you guys how I'm eating. This is still fully raw, 100% raw since I've gotten off my fast. I feel amazing. I feel like this is going to further and stretch my cleanse even more because I'm eating high quality, high electric foods that are hydrating and making me feel alive because it's living food, you guys. I stopped letting my body, my temple, become a graveyard for dead innocent creatures, and ever since then, all I could think is I wish I would have done it sooner. I really do. But here we are, and I'm so grateful that this is the way that life played out for me, that I have this beautiful meal in front of me, and I want to share it with all sentient beings. And much love to you guys. Namaste.